everyone, this is Ren from Strong Girls Knits, and this is episode 13, maybe? I don't know. Maybe 13. We're in the teens, and we're past 12. I know that. So you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Girl with the Rabbit. Here on YouTube, I'm Strong Girls Knits, and that's the Ravelry group name as well. And then I do have an Etsy store, Girl with the Rabbit, on there as well. But so, how is everyone? I know today's, well, you'll see this Monday, but today is Sunday for me, and I guess something called the Super Bowl is happening, and that's really all I know. So, yeah, I have been lazy this week. I did get a new toy, which I will talk about in a bit. Some mixed feelings about it, but we'll see. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the knitting. I actually, Monday, pretty much cast this on and finished it, so I have, with the remaining yarn, this is bulky yarn from Yarntasia, and this is her Sleigh Ride colorway. I made a little cowl for my for James's mom. I gave her slippers yesterday. She's really excited. And then I made her a cowl with almost all of it. I still have some left over, but that's okay. I just need to block it, stretch it out a bit. Otherwise, it's very like a what is that called? Turtleneck, and I don't think that's quite what she wants. So, anyways. It turned out well. I think it's interesting how it has this little spiral going on, if you can see that. Yeah, well, kind of like a spiral. There we go. I don't know. It was nice. It worked up really quick. I did it Monday at work. So, yeah, not much going on there with that. I do have actually quite a few, what do you call it? Excuse me, my leg itches. It's dry, you know, the weather's dry with winter, and so I really need to be putting lotion on my legs, but I just don't want to because the lotion always feels so slimy. So, anyways, what I've been working on, working on a hat for my friend Kristen. I don't know what the name is. It'll be in my show notes, but it's an old pattern. It was written, gosh, almost like 5 years ago is when I actually already made this hat and let my best friend, she fell in love with it. I let her have it, and then once it started warming up again and she didn't need to wear the hat, I took it back because I wanted to make it slouchier, and it's been almost 5 years now and she has yet to get it back. So I completely, because I like ripped out the crown to add more, and then with winter camp, I was like, well, you can't do whips, so I went ahead and just ripped the whole thing out and started over. And I finished the first, that's not really in the shadow. There we go. Just a simple beanie with cables on it. There we go, thank you. And I pretty much finished the first repeat and started on the second repeat. And the pattern only calls for, well, you do initial cabling, and this is a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away. You do an initial cable, and then there's the other cable, and then there's a third one, and then you start the decrease. Well, that's how I did the original one. I didn't think it was slouchy enough. I kept looking at it, and I was like, it needs to be slouchier. So this time I'm going to add at least another cable, so about four cable twists on there, and I'll see how long it is from there, because like I said, I want it slouchy, and I would love to use this up. I'm probably going to still have some left over, which is fine, but I want to use up quite a bit if I can. So there's that, and that is living in my Queen Elizabeth bag. I love this. I had someone ask me if I could possibly make more bags with this, and I just haven't gone back to the store yet. I got it at a local fabric store, which I like it, but then quite a few, almost all the workers that I really liked have moved on to other jobs because the owner and I don't get a lot, or the owner isn't quite the best, and so I haven't really gone in there just because I don't, the store is really nice, but when you go in there and, you know, there's those places you go to and you like it, but if there's someone there that you just don't really like, you don't really want to go there that often, so. But yeah. Oh, and then so I still have more stuff. I'm working on the other, more hats. This is, oh, what is it? Oh, I totally forgot, but again, it'll be in my show notes. It's this pretty, cable hat. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. It's got hearts and then a cable. So, this is with the sport weight, and I'm going to be making 3 hats, all different colors, with some Cascade, the Cascade 220 Superwash sport weight. So, yeah, they still make this. For some reason, I thought it was discontinued. But I got this yarn like forever ago, but I finished the brim on the purple hat and have switched over to, because you use size 5 for the brim and then you bump up to 6 for the rest of the hat. So I've bumped up to size 6 and then went ahead and casted on the brim of the second hat. So if I don't feel like messing with the cables, I can just work on this, which it won't take me long to finish the brim, so. But I have those, and then the next one is the red one. So, woo. And then hopefully I can have these done before the end of the month. I don't see why not, but it's working nice so far. I like it, and there's only, what is it, there's 3 type of cable things, I guess, which are really nice, and it's not too complicated. You do have to like watch the pattern, but other than that, it's really simple. And it's living in my heart's pyramid bag, which I feel is very appropriate. So, I like it, and they all fit in there. It's 3 balls of sports weight yarn. So yeah, that's nice. I love my pyramid bags. I need to make myself more, and I don't think I have really any in the shop. I need to make those, because that's what I love, making pyramid bags. Honestly, I could probably just make pyramid bags and I'd be happy, so. Which maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll just switch over to pyramid bags permanently. Oh, and then the other thing I'm working on is my socks, which this is what these are my February brown bag socks. And these have mostly of what I've been working on in my, when I have had a chance to knit. And these are Felici, the Shamrock colorway. Now, Mina from the Knitting X-Pack, if anyone watches her, she was talking about how she's not that big of a fan of Felici, because it seems like anytime there's like, the colors, there's just not a big difference. There's always like 2 colors that there's not very big difference between them, and they kind of blend together if you're not looking close enough. These are just like that. Well, you can see it in this light, but well, let me see. Oh, here we go. This is better. Yeah, you can still see it better, but like right here, this one in person, unless you have good lighting, blends in with the other 2 colors. So it looks like you have striping going on, and then it just green for a bunch. But I've actually had a lot of people ask me about this pattern. It's a toe-up sock. I'm knitting it on size 1, and it's just got this simple arrow motif, I guess you could call it. I completely made this up. I am using kind of a numbers-wise a basis from another pattern, but the motif is totally my idea, and everything. So if I think I might go ahead and just write it up. Again, it would be a free pattern, because I feel like it's simple enough that I feel like I don't have the right to charge for it. So, but yeah, I just finished the gusset on both of them, so I will start the heel turn. Woo! It's so pretty. But I love these, and these are for a special someone, and I can't wait to finish it and give it to them. They watch this, so I can't say anything. Ha! Anyways, but I'm actually using up quite a bit, so I think they'll end up being ankle socks for them, which is fine. I think they'll enjoy it either way. I mean, they love hand knitted items, so I know they'll love it. And this is in my, I actually bought this bag. This is the first and only project bag I've bought. The little rabbits. It's inspired by the I Love You to the Moon and Back book, or I Love You, I think it's called I Love You This Much, and it has two rabbits as the main character. I don't think it ever says, like, if it's a father and son or whatnot, but it's a really good book. It was a childhood favorite of mine. And this is by Little Skeins, or I'll tag it in the show notes on Ravelry. I can't remember. She doesn't have her name on this, but it's really nice. She designed the print herself and then printed it off through Spoonflower, which makes me a little mad because I want the print. But of course it's hers, so. Oh, and I have spun a bit. This isn't a good one. I mean, I think I've spun quite well, but it looks like it's all grays, which there's quite a few different colors in it, but it ended pretty much on the gray. And this is the Rolags from the Emerald Gradient, I think is what it's called, that Jen from Yarntasia sent me. So love it very much, and I can't wait to start on the next Rolag. So there is all of that I'm working on. I do have that blanket square I'm still working on, but I haven't touched it. And I've been wanting to start a sock yarn blanket, or a cozy memory blanket, whatever you want to call it. But I think I might wait till the end of March to do that, or to start, just to try and get other things done for winter camp, which is the knit along hosted by, primarily hosted by the Canadian Knitter podcast, Sarah. But then it's co-hosted by some other podcasters as well. I'm on Team Snow Leopard with the wonderful Andrea, yes, and she is the Cat Lady podcast. I love her to death. She's a super sweetheart, and I'm so glad to be on her team. I was super excited. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wait, and then if I do one, I would like to do a swap with maybe like make a group swap or something. But well, let's go ahead and talk about acquisitions, because I have an interesting acquisition. But I'll start with these two things first, then we'll go into the bigger one. So, what is this? Oh, what is her name? I don't think that's her name. One second. Sorry. So, Boho Chic Fiber Company. She's on Etsy. View her card. She was having a sale, and I think she was actually having a sale on her Rolags, but I ended up buying these bats instead. They're about 2 ounces each, and I'm still a really good deal. Like I like calculated it per ounce, and I was like, oh, you know, this is a better deal. And with my new toy, I really wanted them. So this is Sunny Day. It's a merino, silk, and nylon sparkle blend, about 2 ounces. And this light is not doing it much justice. So, because this is a very bright blue and a bright yellow with almost bits of green in it. Well, I think it has bits of blue in it, which make it look greenish. But, oh, it is so pretty. I don't really like yellows, but Mina, again Mina, she knit these rubber ducky socks, which was blue. It was like blue and green, and I saw it and it made me think of that, and I was like, oh, you know what, I really want it. And I sat there debating if I wanted this or the other one that I bought, and then I was like, screw it, I'll just buy both. So I bought both. Again, they were really great prices. This was only $12 per bat, or yeah, it was $12 for about 2 ounces, so maybe it might be a little over 2, who knows. But there's that one, and then I got this one. I already undid it. Hold on, let me pull this up. But this is her, all the superwash. It's superwash merino, nylon sparkle, and metallic glitz. And so it's really pretty. It's just kind of, I think it's just kind of like she just kind of threw everything on there, and I really like it, and it makes me happy. So I can't wait to spin with that as well. I might actually start taking my drop spindles to work with me just to maybe spin a little bit if I don't feel like knitting. Although, I don't know, I don't think I would want to take my spinning to work. Oh my gosh, it won't get in there. Sorry about the crinkle. But anyways, super excited for these. They were only like 12 bucks each. So I found that to be extremely reasonable price, and the shipping was super cheap as well. I know they said like shipping was supposed to be more expensive, supposed to be getting more expensive, but it seems like for the smaller item shipping like this, it's decreased, which is nice. So, but yeah. Now for my big thing. I got an electric wheel. It's an electric eel wheel, and I will grab it. Oops, hold on. Okay. Electric eel wheel. Now this was I was wanting to get a wheel, and James was like, oh, okay, but what about, like, how much room are we talking about? And so I told her, I was like, well, there's the electric ones, which are about the size of a toaster. About the size of a toaster. And they don't take up much space, but most of them are pretty expensive, like $1,000. And then the cheaper wheel options would kind of take up a corner, you know. Yeah, there's the ones that fold, but they're a little more expensive, and I kind of wanted, you know, I didn't want to spend a lot because I was just kind of learning. And then I found this guy for just the wheel itself, and I think you get 2 bobbins, but in the description it led me to believe there was only 1 bobbin that came with it, which doesn't make sense. But they didn't really get back to me when I tried to message them, so I ended up ordering 2 more, thinking I was only getting 3, and I ended up getting 4. But I will say, and see, there's these hooks right here. I read another review that it was kind of like she had to kind of smooth them a bit because her fiber kept breaking. And so I went ahead and did that on one side. I haven't gotten around to doing it on the other side, which is fine. But that helped a lot because I did play with it and it did keep breaking. And then, like I said, that helped a lot. But I think this is definitely something I need to get used to because it doesn't seem to be twisting it quite as much as I like. Because with my spindle, it's a nice solid twist and I can unwind it and it, you know, it's fine. Where, here's one of the bobbins. I don't know, it seems very, I don't know, I don't feel like it's twisted enough, and that makes me a little mad. So, again, something I need to play with. But anyways, just this with the plug-in, and it has a little kind of like a dial right here, and the power button back here, and then this is the switch, which actually connects to a foot pedal, which I went ahead and bought the foot pedal as well. But this alone, where you get 2 bobbins and the power source, of course, it was like $195, then plus shipping or whatever. But then, like I said, I got the foot pedal and 2 extra bobbins, and it cost me like $260, and I think that included shipping. And once it shipped, it was here fairly quickly. So, whew, it comes out of Massachusetts. So if you live near there, you'll get it a lot quicker. But I don't know how I feel about it right now. Like I said, it's definitely something I think I need to keep playing with and practicing with. So, excuse my hair. I don't want to do a review quite yet because I feel like I'm not quite qualified to review it, since all I've ever done is a drop spindle, and then I'm going to this guy. So, if anyone has any helpful hints on how to use an electric wheel, doesn't have to be this one, please tell me. Or if you know some YouTube videos that might be helpful for me, I would greatly appreciate that as well. I do have someone here locally that she has her own electric wheel, so I might try and get in contact with her and ask her if I could buy her lunch or dinner and she could help me play with my wheel. So, because I did, like I said, I was practicing on this cheaper fiber that I have, And then I felt pretty comfortable with it, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to switch to another bobbin and practice with that rainbow gradient that I bought back in October. But yeah, it kept breaking on me, and it was making me mad, and I didn't want to, you know, I feel like I spent good money on it, so I want to, if it's going to keep breaking on me and keep messing up, I'd rather just spin it with my drop spindle, which I'm comfortable with. So, but yeah, maybe I should practice more on my cheaper fiber before I work on my nicer fiber. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't spend that much, and if it ends up being a bust, I'm sure there's plenty of people that wouldn't mind buying it. It is a little louder, so it's definitely not something I could sit there necessarily and play with while watching TV, because the TV would have to be loud, and I don't really want to bother like anyone else in the house. So it's sitting here next to my sewing machine, and I've been working on it, which is, you know, like I said, I think I just really need to practice with it, but who knows, I don't have a lot of experience, so maybe, you know, I probably just need to learn some things as well. So okay, group news, really not anything going on. I still need Honey Cakes to message me for your, because you won the January sock drawing. And then Lori, I need you to message me as well for the D-Stash competition. So please message me, both of you ladies. Other than that, I do have a mini contest. I would like to hear your love stories. So next week I will be recording on Valentine's Day, and I would like to hear, I don't know, just some, like maybe how you met your partner, or just how they proposed, or some, I don't know, a love story of some sort that between you and your partner that you would like to share. I would love to hear it, and then maybe I will do, yeah, I'll pick one and give you guys a chance to pick out a pattern of your choice. So, and then I will, of course, share a little love story of James and I. So I haven't decided quite what I want to share, but we'll see. And I think that's it for knitting and spinning. I do need to finish sewing Miss Jean's bag, so I know she's in no rush. She knows where I live, so she'll just come and beat me up. Let's see. I think that's it. There is Stitches South, I think. That's in Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee. It's at the end of March, and I'm debating on going to that. So I know that's kind of far off, but at the beginning of March, James and I will be going to Columbus, Ohio, to the Arnold Expo, which is kind of like, just think like a super massive fiber festival, but for muscleheads. So that's what we're doing. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and go on to the weekend review, and thank you all for stopping by and joining me if you're not going to stick around. So I greatly appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys next week. And don't forget your love stories. So bye. Okay, weekend review. Like I said, I bought that spinning wheel. I bought the spinning wheel, we'll go with that. I did finish my taxes, I'm super excited about that. Although I will get to learn for the first time how to amend my taxes, because I got pretty much the day after I submitted my taxes, I got a letter informing me that I actually had insurance in January and February for my previous job. So they owe, or I will get back money for those 2 months that I actually did have insurance. So that was exciting. Yeah, I still don't understand how I had insurance. So I did lose, because I lost my job, my previous job I lost December of 2014. And I went ahead and I'd already signed up for benefits for the following year, and I thought pretty much at the end of the year, since I had been let go, I didn't have insurance, and didn't have insurance until I started my job in August of last year. But I got the letter because thankfully, from here on out, your company has to send you tax information every year showing proof of insurance, or at least what months you were covered. So I got that, like I said, the day afterwards, and I was so mad because I was like, oh, I just did my taxes all on my own by myself for the first time. And I did it right, and then you now tell me that I didn't do it right, but at least it's something that I'm not owing money. I'll actually be getting more money back, so that's really great. And I'm super excited because my refund looks like it's going to be fairly decent, enough to take a big punch out of my student loans, so that will make me very happy. Very happy. So, let's see, lifting's going good as well. My weight loss is slow, but yeah, it's going slow. But I did do a little eating experiment, kind of. So I was reading that book, the sports nutrition book by Nancy Clark, which it's a good book. If you're interested, definitely check it out from your local library if you can. I definitely wouldn't suggest buying it right away unless that's, something, check it out first before you buy it. Excuse me. But she talked a thing in there about kind of eating like a larger breakfast and then a smaller dinner, trying to get your majority of your calories sooner rather than later, which is good because you don't want to necessarily eat a huge meal and then go to bed, because all of that's just going to kind of settle and you're not really going to give your body a chance to really start processing it. So I definitely started doing that, scaling back and not having such a large dinner, which I usually don't. But I definitely try and stop eating at least like an hour or so before I go to bed. And that does help. I feel lighter in the morning, but I did try and eat more. I more like to graze throughout the day, and so I tried eating larger breakfasts this week, trying to get all the calories sooner in the day. And it worked, but then I kind of found myself maybe eating a bit too much. And then come dinner time, I was pretty much just eating an apple. And I was still pretty hungry. So that didn't quite work out for me. But how I like to eat is definitely kind of splitting it throughout the day. So almost every 2 hours I'm eating something, and I'm not like eating a huge meal. In the morning I have my shake and maybe my protein bar, like a bag of graham crackers or something, and then like the next 2 hours I eat in 2 hours I eat my protein bar. 2 hours after that's about lunchtime, so I eat my lunch, which is like the main dish, and then maybe something else, and then right before I leave I eat something else. And that's kind of how I am. I just graze, and it works for me. But definitely suggest you guys, if you tend to eat larger dinners, definitely try and eat larger lunches instead, or larger breakfasts. Try and scale back your dinner a bit so you're not eating so close to bedtime. But she did have another suggestion, which I kind of forgot about this. I actually used to do this all the time, and I'm getting back into it, and it does help. Eating your sweets in the morning. So let's say you made cake, but you go ahead and hold off from the cake that night, or you have a little bit, but you really want that cake. Eat it the next morning. Trust me. Because if you eat that cake, I'm not saying eat like half the cake for breakfast. No, just get yourself a slice. Eat your slice, for breakfast, not past noon. Try and avoid eating it past your lunchtime. And then you'll be fulfilled because you got your sweets. You're like, I ate that piece of cake. And you're less likely to binge eat the rest of the day. This is something that personally works for me. Definitely give it a go, see if it helps. And I've known other people that it does work for them, because it's that mentality of, you already ate your pie or your cake or whatever. And then at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I'm fine. I already ate it this morning. It was really good. And you don't feel guilty about it because you've worked it into what you're supposed to eat, Like if you're like me and you count everything, you've already worked it into it. You've already eaten it, so it's fine. But, yeah. anyways, with weight loss, it's kind of slow going because I'm not moving around as much at work since we're pretty much just sitting around. So this week I definitely need to try and change that up and maybe just walk laps like a crazy person. So, let's see, what else did I do? I think that's really it. You know, work is still slow going. I got the wheel. Valentine's is next week. Oh, the kids, the older two kids, their birthday was Saturday the 6th, so we celebrated for that. Went out to dinner, which was nice. The oldest, he tried to do an eating contest, where you eat this massive burrito, which is about as long as my arm and twice as thick. So he did make it, and I felt bad for him because he was really upset about it, but you know, he's only 11. He's now 11, but yeah, I didn't see him eating it, finishing it in the first place, but oh well. I'm trying to think what else. So we got the kids, we got the wheel, we got the eating habits. I feel so boring. I'm just so boring. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. I feel like I'm just kind of sitting here staring at the camera. Yeah. But, anyways, yeah, like I said earlier, tell me your love story and then I'll share you my love story, and that'll be that. Sorry for another kind of short episode. Oh man, I feel so bad. But, yeah. Anyways, if you guys ever have questions, please ask them. If you guys want me to, I will add a Ask Me Anything thread so you can ask me questions and whatnot. So, yeah. You guys have a great week, and Super Bowl. If you guys watch the Super Bowl, I hope your team wins. If you don't watch the Super Bowl, I'm right there with you. So, y'all have a great day, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.